Hi guys, welcome to another tutorial on IT.tutorials. I am Josef Botner. In this video tutorial I'm going to show you how you can build a data table and bind it to a DataGridView control. A data table is an in-memory representation of a relational database table. We can define, using this class data table, columns which can have particular data types. Also we can create rows which will store information about this table. Also we can make all the columns not to allow null values inside the code, and also we can enforce certain column to accept just unique numbers. Yeah, so let's start and let's see how we can do this. Yeah, so I'm going to create a project from scratch. Yeah, so click on create a new project, select the Windows form app, where in parentheses is this .NET framework, and click on next button. Here give a name for your application. Let it be DataGridView table. Yeah, and here I'm gonna to write this SN from solution. Click on create. Okay, and here is our form, our project, and go here where is this toolbox, and go where is this data, and select DataGridView and drag DataGridView on your form. Yeah, release the properties window, look for the doc property, click on in here and select this middle where this value field, and in this way you will fill in your form with DataGridView. Now go on the form, select the form, yeah, and give a double click on this form, yeah, which will make this project a private void form underscore load. This is the event, the load. Yeah, when the form will be loaded, this DataGridView will be filled in with the information what I'm going to write in this code. So I'm going to use the data table class to create this object dt. Yeah, equal new. So I'm going to create an instance of this class data table. Yeah, and parentheses, double quotes, and inside double quotes I'm going to write the name of the table, students, for example. Yeah, semicolon. Yeah, all right. Now I am going to use this dt object to add the columns to my table using this property columns and the method add. Yeah, parentheses, semicolon, double quotes, and inside double quotes I'm going to write the name of the columns. The first column, the name of the first column is student ID, and I'm going to use this method. First this class type, yeah, dot, and this method get type, and I'm gonna to give a type, data type for this column using this class system dot, and the type integer int 32. Yeah, all right. So because the next columns will be about the same, I'm going to select this and copy with Ctrl C and paste it with Ctrl V a few times. Yeah, I need about 6 or 7. It depends how many columns you need in your table. So the name of the next column, first name, the type will be string. Yeah, the next one, last name, the type the same, string. Okay, I'm going to copy this and paste it in here, because most of these columns is going to be string type. Yeah. Alright, good. Address, mobile, email, and class. This one will have this type integer in 232. Alright, so let's go further. And now I want to make all these columns not to allow null value. To do so, I'm going to use this for loop. I'm going to declare a integer I variable initialized by 0, e to be less than the number of the columns, yeah, using this object dt, property columns, and this property count, which will count the columns, yeah, and this incrementation I plus plus, yeah, curly brackets. Again, I'm going to use this dt object, property columns, I variable inside these square brackets, dot, and I'm going to use this property allow db null assigned with this value false. So in this using this statement, these columns will not allow to have null values, yeah, because this property allow db null is assigned with this value false, yeah. Alright, now I want this column student ID to accept only unique numbers. To do so, I'm going to use this class data column, and I'm going to create this object student unique equal curly brackets, and here semicolon, and inside the curly brackets I'm going to write this statement, this object dt, the columns, brackets, and inside brackets the name of the column what I want to be unique, student ID, yeah, student ID. And also I have to use again dt object, and this property constraints and the method add, and inside the parentheses I'm going to create to make this instance of this unique constraint class, and inside the parentheses I'm going to write this object student unique. Here you go. Using these statements, this column student ID will accept only unique whole number, yeah. Alright, let's go forward, and now let's add rows to this table, yeah, using this property rows, the method add parentheses, yeah, and here I'm going to create an instance of this class object, curly brackets, and inside curly brackets I'm going to write the records of these columns, yeah, and for each row the unique number 1, yeah, for the first name, the last name, address, column. The next one is the mobile, I think, yeah, mobile. Let's write here by random a mobile number 078-555-666. Okay. Email Joseph around yahoo.com. I need to put this inside the double quotes, yeah, otherwise it won't work. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to copy this statement with Control C. I'm going to go to another row, paste it with Control V, one more, yeah. I'm going to write here to another name here, another number. I changed just the last three numbers, and here the email. Just change the first name, the unique number, the last three digits, the email, and the class. Okay, now what it left, it's to fill in the data grid view with all this information, with this table actually. So let's use the name of data grid view dot data source equal with this object dt, because this object contains a table in memory, yeah? And we assign this data grid view using this property data source with the values of this table dt, which is stored in memory. So let's release this application. Let's see how this works. Yeah, it works, as you can see. Let's make this form bigger. Yeah. All right, let's release again this application, and here you go. Yeah, as you can see, all the information which I have written here in this code, I mean the columns, the rows, was filled in this data grid view. As you can see, the unique number for this column, student ID, and all the first name, the last name, and all those information. Let's try to write here again this number 3, and let's write here by random some information in the next columns. Enter. As you can see, we received a error, yeah, and here if you read system.data.constraint exception, column student ID is constrained to be unique. So you can't use the same number or the same number twice, yeah, because this column student ID is constrained to be unique. So you can write inside this column just unique numbers. Also, let's write here 4, and now I go to the next column, first name, enter. Again we receive errors because here column first name does not allow nulls, yeah, because if you remember, I wrote this statement here, this for loop, using this property allow double null assigned with this value false, which make all these columns not to accept the null values. And regard to a unique number for student ID columns, I use this statement to constrain that column student ID to be unique. Yeah, so that's all for now. That was the application which built a table using data table class and bind that table to a DataGridView. Thank you for watching this video tutorial. See you next time. Bye bye.